UFC Fight Night Paris takes place this weekend, and it's actually kind of a banger card. Today I'm going to go through all of the fights, prelims to the main event, give you a quick little breakdown of what I think is going to happen. Before we get into it, if you're new around here, leave a like on this video, as well as subscribing, join the family. Let's get right into it with the prelim. Alright, now this fight kind of popped up out of nowhere. I didn't even have it in my little notes tab that I have open on my other tab right here. Shauna Bannon versus Sam Hughes. I see Sam Hughes is a favorite, and I know she has more experience. I'm going to pick Shauna Bannon. I think women's MMA is so 50-50 that Shauna Bannon can just get it done, and people wouldn't be that surprised. I don't know. Sam Hughes isn't that good. 10-6. Bannon has a better record, but it is kind of just nothing competition, really. But I'm going to lean Shauna Bannon. I didn't do a ton of research for this fight. Could very well be wrong, but I'm going to pick Shauna Bannon. Next up, we actually have a very interesting fight. Andreas Gustafsson versus Renat Fakhretdinov. My original lean was Renat to wet blanket him. This 23-1 record is just such a fluke. It really is. It's crazy. How many people are going to face before you get a ranked opponent? It's because he's facing nobody. He's literally farming wins. He's also gotten generous decisions. I was leaning Renat, and watch me regret this, but I'm going to pick Andreas Gustafsson to beat him. Maybe by a TKO. Honestly, I think he could TKO him. He's got some power. If he can stop those takedowns, I think this is his fight to win. Let's go Andreas Gustafsson. Let's do that. I think he actually is closing in as the favorite right now, which surprised me. Originally I was leaning Renat, but we'll go with Gustafsson, okay? I don't know. Sure. Next up, Brad Tavares versus Robert Bierczek. I'm picking Brad Tavares. I think, first of all, Bierczek's the same age, if not older, which blew me away. I thought he was way younger. Brad Tavares has fought some really good competition in his career, has lots of experience, 21-11. He's coming off a win. His takedown defense is insane. This is going to be a brawl on the feet, and I think Brad Tavares has been in enough of those to get this one done. I'm leaning Brad Tavares in this one. Probably a decision, but a banger of a fight. This is low-key a sleeper matchup. Then we have Sam Patterson versus Trey Waters. This is another pretty good matchup. I'm going to go Sam Patterson. It's probably going to be a decision. Trey Waters is good. He's 6'5" at welterweight. Jesus. Okay. I'm leaning Sam Patterson. I think he's a better all-around fighter. I think he's going to get this one done. Probably a 29-28 decision. I don't know. Looking at all these stats here, I know he gets a lot more submissions in his fights, like his hoes right here. But I am going to lean with this one by decision, even though he doesn't typically go to decision. I think Trey Waters is a pretty good fighter. So, go with Sam Patterson. Marcin Tybura versus Ante Delija. Crazy fight. Ante Delija's got a pretty solid record. He's 17-3. This is his first UFC fight, though, I do believe. And Marcin Tybura's been around for a while. He's gotten a lot of very solid wins. He's beat guys like Tai Tuivasa. He's been in there with guys like Volkov and Aspinall and all that. I'm going to lean Marcin Tybura. I am. Would it be cool to see a new contender? Yeah. But Tybura's kind of stopping all these guys. He beat Mick Porkin. He beat Sergey Spivak. Those are decent heavyweights, and I just don't know if Ante Delija is that good. We'll see. He could shock me in this one. He could put a statement win, and I need to see it before I pick against Marcin Tybura. I feel like every time I pick against Marcin Tybura, he wins. He's ranked 7th, and he's facing an unranked guy, so that's crazy. Okay, this one's interesting. Omar Sy versus Brenson Ribeiro. Two light heavyweights that are actually kind of awful. Nothing's loading, but Omar Sy was supposed to be this new dog, and he just absolutely got embarrassed against Alonzo Menifield. Did nothing in that fight to even try to win. Brenson Ribeiro, he kind of tries to win. I don't know, he's scary. Look at him. Omar Sy is going to be a pretty big favorite in this, I'd imagine. He's 11-1. I don't really get how. They're both coming off their losses. Give me Brenson Ribeiro. I know. If this goes to the decision, they're going to give it to Omar Sy. Brenson Ribeiro is going to catch him. He's going to catch him, and he's going to do enough to get this one done. That's my big underdog pick. I do believe Omar Sy will be a favorite, and if not, that's crazy. But I'm just leaning. I think Brenson Ribeiro is a better fighter. He goes for it more. Omar Sy, he just really did not impress me. He hasn't yet, and his last fight was so bad. I'm going Brenson Ribeiro. William Gomez versus Robert Rashala. Again, weird matchmaking. UFC debut for Rashala. I'm picking William Gomez to get a classic William Gomez boring decision. Okay, let me take that back because people hate William Gomez. They think he's super boring. He's not that boring. He's kind of interesting to watch. His striking is very unique. He also can mix in the wrestling. He's facing a guy who's 0 feet, 0 inches. I think he's going to squash him. He's just going to step on him. William Gomez, he's going to get this one done. 29-28 decision. Nah, 30-27 decision. William Gomez, definitely going to get this one done. I mean, they're putting all the France guys. They're giving the France guys the advantage here. At least they think. Then, oh my god. Patricio Pitbull versus Lucien Quieta. Don't know how to say that. I watched some of this guy's clips though. Crazy fight to just put on the card. And I don't hate it. You know, he's an unranked. This is his UFC debut. He was really good in his other promotions. And Patricio Pitbull was supposed to be this Bellator monster, you know. Comes in and he gets embarrassed by Yair. And then he has a very uneventful fight against Dan Ige. He's ranked 11th off of that win. They just really wanted him to be in the rankings. I'm going to pick Lucien Quieta. I think he's younger. He's more explosive. I think he would have matched it. This would have been a banger if Pitbull was in his prime, you know, still going for it. But Pitbull's been so boring and just so lackluster. He hasn't impressed me once in his UFC career. Like, he blitzes in. He does one big thing per round. And not even in, like, the MVP fun way. It's literally just, like, a stupid, oh, grab a takedown. Lucien Quieta, I think, can win this. This dude's big for featherweight, and I think he's going to win. I do. I think he's going to be able to beat Patricio Pitbull. I don't know. Probably a decision. Nah, he might KO him. He might KO him within 2 rounds. I would like to see that. I think it would be cool to see Lucien Quieta come out with a bang in his UFC debut. Next up, Fares Ziam versus Kawi Fernandez. I am so bad with names. I'm picking Fares Ziam. He's actually impressed me a lot. He's had some really good wins in his career. He's coming off a couple of wins recently, and he's very impressive. I think he's going to be able to KO Fernandez in this fight within 2nd or 3rd round. Something that really sticks out is his win over Matt Frevola, which was super impressive. And he also got a decision over Mike Davis, who, honestly, like, that's a pretty decent win to have. I'm picking Fares Ziam. I think this dude's actually pretty good, and Fernandez is also good, but I'm going to go with Ziam to get the stoppage. Modestas Bukauskas versus Paul Craig. This one's interesting because Modestas Bukauskas ain't anything too special, and Paul Craig has been in there with some killers. This is like the worst opponent he's faced in years, I feel like. Well, didn't he fight that one dude, Bellato or something? Whatever. Paul Craig has some interesting wins under his belt that, you know, everyone I'm sure watching this video knows. He's beaten guys like Jamal Hill, Magomed Ankalaev, all that. So, which is crazy. I'm going to pick Modestas Bukauskas. I think he is here to win this fight. He's looked good lately. His big KO power. Let's see these stats right here. Yeah, look at this. 56% of his fights are by KO. Paul Craig knows how to survive, and if this goes to the ground, it's going to be a little scary, but I don't think Bukauskas is going to go to the ground with Paul Craig. Give me Bukauskas to get a 2nd or 3rd round KO over Paul Craig. I just see it. Borralho Oki versus Mason Jones. Again, just kind of a sleeper fight. I'm picking Mason Jones. I think he's all around a pretty good fighter. He's looked good lately. I'm going to pick Mason Jones to get this one done. Probably by, I don't know, TKO. He had a really competitive fight with Ludovic Klein and then put a whooping on Jeremy Stevens recently. Jeremy Stevens got a chin on him. I think he's going to be able to stop Borralho Oki. Maybe like a 3rd round TKO. I picked that a lot. Maybe it'll go to the distance. But Mason Jones is honestly a really impressive fighter. I've liked what I've seen from him. Same with Borralho Oki. I know I looked over him, but I think Mason Jones has got this one. These last 2 fights are insane. Benoit Saint-Denis versus Mauricio Ruffi. People are going to say Benoit's washed. He's not. He lost to good competition. Moicano, Poirier. He came back and just beat that guy on short notice. But he has wins over decent competition in his career as well. And Mauricio Ruffi, we're acting like this dude has done a lot. His best win is Bobby Green. Can we realize that? I know it was like the craziest KO ever, and the fighting nerds are on super sauce or something. They're not. They're just like unbeatable. It's crazy. I love them. I think this is going to be a much closer fight than you think. I'm worried about the clinch game of Benoit. I think in the clinch, he can do some real damage to Mauricio Ruffi. Ruffi, of course, is kind of a slow starter, but as the fight goes on, he gets in this rhythm. His striking's super unique. Benoit's got a heck of a chin on him, though. And I think the grappling is in the advantage of Benoit here. I think he's going to have to really use his wrestling like he did in his last matchup to try to get this one done. With that being said, I think the Fighting Nerds have like this weird thing about them where it's just going to take someone more special than Benoit St. Denis to beat them. I'm going to pick Mauricio Huffy. I could see this going all 3 rounds. I really could. But to be fun, let's go Mauricio Huffy's first round TKO with something flashy. I could see it happening. Mauricio Huffy is really good. But so is Benoit, and people are going to act like he's washed after this. If he loses, he's lost to good competition. So it is what it is. If he loses, though, he's going to have to be outside those rankings, and Huffy's going to be flying up them. So I do think Mauricio Huffy's got this one. This is a banger fight, but honestly, really, really surprising that they booked him. Really surprising that they booked him against someone as dangerous as Benoit St. Denis, where he's ranked. I thought they would for sure do like the Beneil Dariush matchup or something, because that's like kind of a safer bet. If he loses, it's to someone who's been proven, and if he wins, he's way higher in the rankings. This is going to be a banger, though. Benoit, he lost in France last time. He's going to lose in France again. Main event. Nasruddin Imavov versus Kyle Borralho. This is such an interesting matchup. Now, what really sticks out to me is the fact that Imavov has wins over guys like Israel Adesanya, Jared Cannonier. He's fought guys like Sean Strickland. He has some really, really good wins in his career. As you can see, he gets a lot of stoppages. He's really good. And Kyle Borralho is 17-1. Insane record. Also part of the Fighting Nerds. Kind of got that aura about him. His best win is Jared Cannonier as well, right? Yeah, so Kyle Borralho's best win is against Jared Cannonier, and he did drop him pretty bad and could have gotten the stoppage. But it did go to decision, where Imavov, although it was a really bad stoppage, did get the TKO over Cannonier. He also KO'd Izzy, and I'm forgetting he fought Brendan Allen and schooled him as well. This is going to be a really interesting matchup, and I feel like there's a world where Imavov schools Borralho, and we say like, oh yeah, that was going to happen. Or Imavov gets KO'd by Borralho, and we're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. It's so 50-50 to me. But ever since they announced it, I've had this weird feeling that Nasruddin's going to get it done by decision. I know that kind of retcons what I just said about the Fighting Nerds, that they're unbeatable, that they have this aura about them. Borralho, I don't know if he's ready for this right now. I don't know, he's ranked what, like 7th? Imavov's literally beaten Adesanya, coming off of looking like one of the best versions of himself when he fought Duplessis, you know? I lean in Imavov. I think he can mix in that grappling really well and kind of stifle Borralho. I don't think Borralho's as strong in the grappling. His striking, the striking's going to kind of even out, I feel like, but Imavov's really clean with it. I would say the power advantage is to Borralho, even though Imavov has more KO wins. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But look at that knockdown average. I don't know what that even, like, who cares? I do think Imavov's going to get it done, and it's going to be a decision. I'm going to say 3 rounds to 2, maybe 4-1. I think Imavov's going to get it done. And when he does, or whoever wins this, definitely needs to face Khamzat Chimaev next. And then we have Anthony Hernandez facing Reinhard Ritter. The winner of that will be lined up after. Middleweight's in a good spot right now. I think Imavov's going to get it done. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you like this video, leave a like. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you later. Peace.